How's it going, gang? It's the final render here, and in today's video we're going to be discussing some very exciting Fallout 76 news that really took us by surprise, but is a very welcome and very cool surprise, and that is that Wastelanders will be coming sooner than expected for some players, which is really cool. But before we get into the news, I do want to talk about what happened yesterday when we had our charity live stream to raise money for the animal hospitals that are treating the animals who are affected by the Australian bushfires that have currently killed an estimated 1 billion animals. Our 12-hour gaming live stream marathon ran on this channel for the entire 12-hour duration, and we had the goal, which we thought was impossible, of $1,000 to be raised for this charity. But incredibly, guys, the actual stream raised $2,650. Guys, this was such a beautiful surprise. Thank you so much for going ahead and watching the live stream, donating in, and really helping support this charity. We've been planning this live stream for a while, and we were very nervous that not many people would come to watch, people wouldn't donate, but you guys really knocked our socks off. $2,650 donated rather than the $1,000 that we thought was impossible. So guys, thank you so much. You guys are honestly some of the best gamers in the gaming community, and I'm really happy that you guys were agreeing with us that this was something that really needs our support to help. So thank you so much for supporting this charity, and I'm sure we'll do amazing charity live streams in the future. You guys truly are the absolute best for donating such amount of money to these charities. But let's now get into the Fallout 76 news, where we're going to talk about how Wastelanders can be on your computers very soon. So, this is actually from the Inside the Vault article, where we get most of our cool Fallout 76 news coming out. And this was actually a bit different, this article, because this article was delayed by a day. Normally they come out on Thursdays, but this one was released on a Friday. And many people were speculating that maybe that means there's going to be something cool and exciting in this article. And you know what? There totally was. So this article reads as follows. Our Wastelanders update is still a work in progress, but we feel the time is right to invite a small number of players from outside of our studio to join us in early playtesting of the new content in a private test server on PC. For the next few days, you will be able to sign up and let us know if you're interested in playtesting Wastelanders. Later this month, a few hundred of those who opted in will be selected to join the private test server, share their feedback, and hunt for bugs we can squash. Starting January 17th, a few hundred of those who opted in will be selected to join the private test server. At that time, invited players will gain full access to Wastelanders on the private test server, so they can share their feedback for the new content and hunt for bugs that we can squash. Participants will be able to access the private test server at all times until we bring it offline at a later date to review your feedback and bug reports prior to the Wastelanders launch. So this is really good news, people. This is definite proof that Bethesda are taking the Wastelanders update very seriously, and they really want this to be truly special. The Wastelanders update is something many people have been looking forward to, and it's the main reason why some people have said they will come back. They will come back when Wastelanders launches. So to see them making this private test server to where it can be properly tested by lots of players who can look for bugs and look for exploits and check for balances prior to the main launch is brilliant. It's definitely a great step to show that Bethesda is listening to what players want. They want stable launches of things, and this is honestly one of the best ways to do that, and is an amazing step in the right direction. So there are some other things to take into account from this though, and that is that you will be able to sign up for Wastelanders on PC right now, and it will actually start on the 17th if you are selected. And that is only on PC. There's a couple of reasons for that, but the main reason most likely is that sending updates to PC and getting people to download it on PC is much easier than getting to do it on consoles, where you need to get permission from like Sony and Microsoft and all that other stuff. Whereas on PC, they can launch it on their own platform and get it updated much quicker, which is fantastic. But the article does carry on with some more important information about playing Wastelanders early. Head on to our Wastelanders private test article on Fallout.com to access our opt-in page and catch additional information about the private test server. The opt-in period ends at 6 PM ET on January 14th, so make sure to sign up by then. Please keep in mind that if you are selected, the private test server will only be accessible on PC. and you'll be required to sign a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, before you can participate. We're very excited to get this update into the hands of real players from the Fallout 76 community, and we can't wait to hear what you think. So this is an important part of playing the Wastelanders update early. Not only is it for PC only, but you will actually have to be forced to sign a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA. And an NDA is a legally bound document which forbids you from talking about what you actually experience in the Wastelanders update, recording it, taking photos, all of that is forbidden. And if you break any of the rules of the NDA states, you can be in very serious legal trouble. I don't mean you'll get your account banned or something like that. I mean you could be in court for breaking some of these rules. And if you have to do anything which involves a non-disclosure agreement, you must read it. It is a very important document and you must read it. But the basic premise of it is that just don't tell anyone anything you see and everything is good. And that's typically how non-disclosure agreements worked. I've signed non-disclosure agreements for playing games early, and there's honestly nothing to worry about. You know, just don't take any photos, don't record it, don't tell anyone about what you see. Only tell Bethesda in whatever method they decide to actually report feedback, whether it's an email or a report page on their website, etc. And you'll be totally fine. But there is another page on their website which does give a little bit more information about how the private test server will work. Primarily that it is PC only, and you will have to sign a non-disclosure agreement in the Bethesda launcher before the private test server installation, where you'll not be allowed to share, stream, record or discuss any information from the experience. And private test server playtesting will take place on an in-development Wastelanders build, and you should expect to encounter issues during gameplay and report any bugs so that they can be investigated. And also the private test server is reserved for Wastelanders and is separate from the upcoming public test server, which is still under development. So whilst there is going to be a private test server for Wastelanders, this isn't the regular private test server which we are getting. Regular public test server, sorry. There will still be a public test server for future updates where everyone will be allowed to go and play a potentially a buggier game, but will actually get to play updates early, which is very, very exciting. They also state that any progress you make will be saved so that you can pick up where you left off every time you access the Wastelanders private test server. However, due to the nature of testing, it may become necessary for us to wipe all private test server progress, but we'll let you know ahead of time if we're planning to do this. And additionally, your progress from the private test server will not transfer to the live version of the game when Wastelanders is released. So in other words, if you say complete everything there is to do in Wastelanders, when the Wastelanders is released for the public, you will have to do it again. Which honestly is totally expected. It is essentially an early build of the game. You're essentially playing a different version of the game essentially, but you will be able to bring your current characters in there, which is fantastic because it means me, who as a high level player, I can actually test all the high level perk cards and stuff if I was invited in there. And if someone has a lower level player, then they'll be able to see kind of what the progression is like in Wastelanders. Are certain early missions in Wastelanders too hard for early players, etc. They'll be able to actually test all of this. And ultimately, I think it's going to be fantastic for the game. And I actually have already signed up for this, so I do hope I get it, so I can actually go and help out the developers, but there is no guarantee of that. I do definitely think they want people who kind of understand the game. They don't want people who are new players, but still go ahead and enter to opt in to see if you get it. You might be surprised, and ultimately it's going to be great for the game. Thank you very much for watching this video, people, and remember to check out all the cool Patreon people below who help support the channel with their financial donations. You yourself of course can also do the same, and remember to become a YouTube member if you want to support the channel. So once again guys, private test server coming soon, get to play Wastelanders early on PC. I want to get it, but there's no guarantee I'll get it. I hope some of you guys do and have fun with it and help Bethesda out in making this the best update for Fallout 76 imaginable. Until next time, I've been the final render and you've been the audience. Bye bye gang. Bye bye.